Actually, I wanted to ask this question yesterday also, and I didn't get a chance to ask yesterday. And this was the reason I came here today as well. I had a discussion today also back with my friends in India. As you said that we should talk about it, and I was deeply concerned and felt the pain with this movie, and also the lot of anger also. You know what happened. As I can also connect with the Jewish community, what happened here in Germany, and I visited also Auschwitz also, and I can feel the same pain. This is not a question actually; it's just a suggestion or advice that you had made a first step of making this film and making this talking going on, but this will eventually stop somewhere because films are still the films. I see there are a lot of testimonies you have. My only suggestion is that to have this continuous dialogue going on, there should be type of a museum, as Germany has also made a museum here in Potsdamer Platz. They say that we regret this, what has happened. So the generations, as you said, this is a continuous genocide which has happened, and the purpose is that it has happened in the past. We can't do anything about it. We can only have anger, a pain. We can feel this one, but it should not happen in the future. And community has to know this one. Next generation has to know about it. So, like me and you, we can make one step forward with our Indian government. And I am not that powerful. Maybe you are because you talk to a lot of people, influential people in India, also with our government. So you can actually propose to them that we should have a museum with all these testimonies there, and it should be free, like in Auschwitz. I can go there, I can see all these things, I can feel the pain, and it should not happen in the future as well. So it was not a question, it was just advice, a suggestion. Thank you.
I get so much of hope looking at your commitment that since you couldn't ask a question yesterday, so you have traveled all the way here down. So many people have left their work on a weekday and come. I know how difficult it is, especially in Western countries, to leave your work on a weekday and come at 4 o'clock in the evening, and that to drive such a long distance to come near this lake. So I totally appreciate it. It gives me a lot of confidence. As far as the museum is concerned, when I met the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Shivraj Singh Ji Chauhan, so at the spur of the moment, I told him that why don't you give some land and we can build a genocide museum. Actually, it will be a museum of humanity. Okay, and to tell people what happens when humanity is not there, genocides, holocausts, massacres. So we are working on that. It's because the land and all those things have to come from the government, it's going to take some time. But I will wait till a certain date. I have it in my mind, exact date. And by that date, if nothing happens, then I'll drop them, I'll write them a letter. You keep your land, you are incompetent to deal with these kind of things. And we will take the matter in our own hand. And then I'll appeal to the entire world to help us and contribute with their expertise, and we will build it. I'm committed to that. I'll try my best. I'm not saying that, yes, I will do it. I'm not a moneyed person. Despite everybody's understanding, we are always running short of resources. So that is one thing. Second thing is, as for you saying, that yes, there will come a time when the curve will go into diminishing returns. But why are we running from door to door? This is the reason. I go, even if there are 5 people there to listen to us, we go and talk to them. Even yesterday, after the screening, there was this young German boy and I think Iranian boy, these 2 boys. They had some doubt. I took them in a separate room. I spent half an hour with them talking to them. There was no need. I could have just walked away taking selfies and have great dinner somewhere and, But we are doing, I don't want to talk about these things, Pallavi and we are doing so much you cannot imagine. How much, forget everything else, how much physical effort we are putting into it, because I personally, जैसे कहते हैं भूत चढ़ गया दिमाग पे, ऐसे मेरे को एक भूत चढ़ गया दिमाग पे, और मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है this is such a golden opportunity in the history of India, independent India. Because in my mind, मैं इनको भी कल बोल रहा था, in my mind it's not a Kashmir's problem. First, it's a humanities problem. Number one, It's everybody. It's a shame on the entire collective consciousness of the humanity that they are not even aware of this. Second thing is, it was Kashmir 32 years ago. But in 32 years ago, demon slowly spreads its tentacles. We don't even realize that. I was in Kerala recently, and I was there for 3 mornings, and all 3 mornings when I opened newspaper, it was news of killing of some Hindus here and there. Only because they were Hindus. See, if there is a fight, riot, something I understand, but they were killed because they were Hindus. Targeted killings. I am observing Bengal very closely. The entire India-Bangladesh border, it's happening openly. So openly that if you go and visit that place for a week, it's possible that few killings and hangings of people you can see with your own eyes. Just to give you an example, in Bengal, there was this young person who was a dog lover. He loved dogs very much. So he would pick up any stray dogs and bring them home. One day, immediately after the elections, he wrote on his Facebook that to torture me, they are killing my dogs. Please help. Somebody please help. Nobody went for his help. After some time, the news came they even killed him. They killed his dogs in front of him. He cried for help, and next day he was also killed. Now this is one stray incident today. You'll say, ho jata hai, it's one stray incident. But in Kashmir also, it started with stray incidents. Here in Holocaust, started with one incident, then second, then third, and slowly it becomes a mass movement because people who are getting killed, that community is getting scared, and the community which is killing them suddenly feels empowered, so they come out and open and they start killing more. So thanks for your advice. We are trying our best. We hope we can inspire even 10% of the people who come to listen to us. I think we will win this battle in the end. Thank you.
So Vivek ji and Pallavi ji, I really, I don't know how to ask my question because there is something I'm not able to understand. And that thing is that why are we not able to solve this problem for so many years? Now, in 2010, we again tried to go there with the PM package employees and some of the Hindu families, young people who had no jobs, they went there. And what happened again after 10, 12 years, they started killing them and now they again migrated. So there's one more mass migration, So they are not allowing us to go to our own homeland, they are not. They are scaring us and we get scared and we leave. How many times they will do this? And why we are not able to solve this problem? What is the problem? I don't understand. So every Kashmiri Hindu right now is thinking they don't want to go back. Our parents are telling us we don't now want to go back because we don't want to kill. Now the situation in Kashmir right now is the same. They have some problems, they want to get rehabilitated, but they have lost all the hopes. So I hope something positive will come out of it, what we are doing, but really it's a big question mark for all of us. What should we do? I have no clue. I don't know. So it's not a question, it's just we all are thinking the same thing. What will happen to it? But you people are putting a lot of efforts. Thanks a lot. We are with you and everyone is with, I think, you. And we hope we have an answer to this question someday. Thank you.
So, first of all, I'm not from Kashmir, I'm from Mumbai. But then to sincere gratitude and congratulations to the work you're doing. It's a really great initiative. And the thing is, I'm a student here. I'm pursuing my masters, but at the same time, on weekends I work here as a tour guide. So whenever I go to some places of the Berlin, so my question is to Mr. Nico. So whenever I go to Holocaust Memorial, so I get mixed reviews that many of people are not satisfied with the memorial they have done. They have spent 25 million euros. There are 2,711 blocks, and it is done by the US architect. But so many of people think that it is not what they wanted. Many of Jews who visit, the tourists who I take to, so they think that it is not what we wanted. They have spent billions, but what do you think about it? Because as you are Jewish and you are working in this area, so what do you personally think about this Holocaust Memorial or the museum that we are talking about?
That is something that even within the Jewish community is very controversial. I mean, there's one thing that actually speaks for the memorial, which is its location. I mean, Germany is admitting to the crimes that it committed and is putting this memorial basically into the center of power where everyone can see it. It's a huge memorial, and that is already a big step. Now, what it looks like and those blocks that it is made out of, I mean, in the end, it's art. It's a decision of how do you judge that? I think it would have been nice to approach not only German Jewish communities but maybe international organizations to see what how Jews would view that memorial and what would they want to see in it. Because in the end, if I understand it correctly, the architecture was actually made by someone who's not Jewish himself. So it's very hard for him to understand what our needs are. And I do think it has a strong value. And going a little bit beyond your question, I do actually have a little anecdote to that memorial. Because if you're a tour guide, you see that there are a lot of people coming in and they're taking funny pictures. They're lying down on those blocks and even whatever, showing off private parts of their body and taking pictures and putting them on their Facebook, Instagram, you name it. And there has actually been a Jewish project to look at pages that are publicly available, take those pictures of people, put them on a website, and then contact them on Facebook and say, you know what, if you take those pictures, please write an email to the following email, please undushme@undushme.com, and then we'll take it off our website. I think that goes together, with this awareness building, where it is going in the end, and the controversial, if that is really what the Jews wanted or not. It's maybe not even the question to be asked, because in the end there were 6 million people killed out of a population, which compared to India actually sounds ridiculous. 18 million Jews all over the world, not even 0.2% of the world population. 6 million of them have been killed. To this day, we haven't recovered our numbers, not even by a bit.
What's the population now?
Now it's around 14 million. 14 million. So if you just look at it, before the war, we were 18 million as small people, and we're not even close to getting back to that. I think it is probably something that is controversial, but it's a good thing, as long as it is controversial, people talk about it, and it is on their minds, and therefore I think they should leave it as it is for now.